Hey everybody, we're going to be checking out yet another camera in the Trail Camera mini series for 2024. This is the Stealth Cam Revolver. So we're going to be trying this one. This is a 360 camera. We're going to be putting this one out in the middle of a food plot, and there's a motor that turns around in circles. There are also zones. According to the box, it looks like there are 6 zones where it will shoot pictures from. You hear that jet in the background? That is America's Freedom Bird, the F-35 flying around over here in Wisconsin. So anyways, we're going to be putting this out today. I'm going to take her out of the box later. I'm not going to bore you with an unboxing, but so again, this is the Revolver by Stealth Cam. This one comes in just over $100, so right around the 120 mark. And I paid for this camera with my own money, so we're going to see how she works. Let's take a look at this camera now that I got it out of the package. The camera's lens will revolve around this area right here as it finds things to take pictures of, or it takes a 360 picture. This camera does come with the spot on the side to put a cable lock all the way through, which is a nice feature. And it takes a whopping 16 AA batteries. Does have a port on the side right here where you can attach a solar panel or a large 12-volt battery to it. I'm going to attach one of those two. I'm not sure which to it today. Starting this up was rather easy to attach to the Stealth Cam app. I believe it's called Command something or other, Command Pro. The inside guts of this camera, very similar to a lot. You got controls right up there. There is no screen. So that's this camera. Let's see how she works in the field. All right, we're just going to close that up, leave that in place. We're going to go back and get our camera for it right now. So the battery box, or you know what I mean, battery box. All right, this is the battery box. We're just putting in a 12-volt gel cell. This is the actual box itself. It's got a chew-proof cord on it. Should mate right up on there. No problem. Okay, we got the external battery attached, so everything should be set. I don't want to trample my little plants here anymore. We got lots of beautiful clover taking place. We got, again, the water holes right here, the licking branches over there, and the water hole is over there, but the old mineral lick is right there. So lots going on. So let's dive into the Stealth Cam Revolver's app. That is under the Command Pro app. And as you can see, I'm just going to kind of be scrolling around and looking at this, but there are lots and lots of options that you get with this app. It's actually a very nicely laid out app. I like it a ton. You can choose from many settings, from the 360 to the 180 to just a single picture that you can take on that camera, to a couple other options. You can set the zones on where you don't want it to activate. So you'll see that later. I actually shut off the area by a house that I didn't want it to take pictures of when I set this up in a backyard by an apple tree. You've got the option of PIR, so whatever sensor's setting it off, you take a picture there, you take a video there, you can do time lapse. This camera has absolutely a ton of potential. I mean, absolutely great. Again, there's those zones that you can turn on and off with that camera. Fantastic. I really, really like this app layout. They thought this out really well. So if you hit that DVR, it's going to give you the option to just record to the internal memory. You can take on-demand photos if you want to, 360 photos. So in a food plot situation, again, this camera seems to be absolutely great. You can actually select groups and just name your cameras appropriately with all that. So I know what most of you are here for. Let's actually start to dive into some of the photos and the videos that you can get from this camera, because that's what we are here for. I actually love the ability to take these pictures. You can see that it does take that 360 or 180 or single pictures if you want them to. And what we're looking at right now is I did end up putting this in someone's backyard, and they have an apple tree out back.
black, so that makes it very, very attractive to deer this time of year. When you actually click on more detail in the app, you can actually see the wind direction, the moon phase, the date the picture was taken. It has the ability to put all these tags on the different animals, and you can select the tags if the AI got it wrong. It just basically is, again, a very, very well laid out app. I don't want to spend my whole video here talking about how great this app is, but the app, again, it is wonderful. It has the ability to filter in so many directions. Other cameras and other ones that I use regularly do not have all these filters. Now, I don't have a ton of experience with all the different brands and all the different apps, but for me, data is super important. If you get one of the Stealth Cam Revolvers or one of their other cams, you are going to get the data that you crave, which to me is super important. So let's take a look at one other feature that I think is kind of unique. If you press that little color button that I just hit on there, it actually colorizes a black and white picture into like, I don't know, fake color. So it's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of when they colorize old World War II pictures and videos that were taken in black and white. But it's nice to see them in color. Any way you look at it, adds a different dynamic to this. So as we're looking at some of these photos, that one looks kind of overexposed. And I did find that with a lot of those pictures that were in full daylight, full sun, they were a little on the overexposed side. But overall, I think the picture quality for the Stealth Cam's good. It does give you the information of where that picture was on the 360. If you look at that little thing that's right next to Stealth Cam, it says with that little red thing. The video quality is pretty darn good also. I'm pretty impressed with this camera overall. I keep saying that, but I mean, look at this buck. I mean, that's cool. You can actually see him chew. The audio's not bad. I'm going to quiet down here. Now, you notice how you didn't hear anything? That's because a lot of times you just don't hear the audio. You're going to have to like boost that up, turn it up, or do something in post if you're editing with this. But let's take a look at my final thoughts on how I like the Stealth Cam Revolver here. Let's flip over to Talking Head. Yep, there it is. One last look at the Stealth Cam Revolver. This is a 360 camera that I've already talked about. Would I buy this camera again? This is just my final thoughts. Yeah, I would. Some of the things I liked about it, it shoots really good 360 pictures. Video quality is decent. The problem with the video quality is that it's very short. They're short clips. I think it's 10 or 15 seconds only. So you get a little clip of the video. But if that's not that important to you, you're good to go. Where do I see this camera being used and being beneficial? Food plots. I put this one out on a Stealth Cam stake in the ground. It's like built for it. It's got a spot for a solar panel and the camera on it. Magnificent. That worked extremely well. Other things I really liked about it, the setup was very easy on the app. The app is reasonably priced. I'll have those the prices of the actual plan in the show notes on here and on the screen, or maybe just on the screen. Haven't decided yet. The setup of the camera itself on the inside and the guts in there, really simple. It has 2 battery trays. Now, on the notes of the battery trays, you're going to put 16 AA batteries in this thing, and you will probably burn through them relatively quickly. I hooked this up to a large gel cell 12-volt battery that I made a battery box for, as you saw when I did the setups. Yep, that's the way to go, or using one of the different solar panels that you can get for this. Now, a couple things I did not like about this. It chewed through not batteries, but chewed through pictures quickly. And the reason was false pictures. No matter how I changed the settings on this camera, it kept taking pictures of nothing. Constant, nothing. To the point where if I wasn't on the unlimited plan, I'd have been burned out probably in 2 days. Yep, there was silence, because 2 days is not good. You want to be able to put this out and leave the area so you can collect your data and everything for a longer time than 2 days. So Stealth Cam, work on that part of this camera for us. They do have a pro version. I'd like to test that Stealth Cam. If you feel like sending me one, I'd be glad to test it for you and give you my opinions. But this is the Stealth Cam Revolver.
overall, I would buy this again. I think this camera is super, super useful in food plot situations or monitoring fields. Enjoy your time in the outdoors, everybody. Thanks for watching.